nervous? Are you excited?
No, I just want to talk to you. You seem very easy to talk to.
Yeah, it
so.
should be fun. It should be easy money. No pressure or anything.
Yeah.
Just relax. All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I have with me, actually, I should have asked you this before. How do you say your last name?
Rockenbach.
Rockenbach. I was going to say Rockenbach.
Yep, Rockenbach.
Do you get that a
like
lot,
the
though?
composer.
Yeah,
Bach.
like Bach, yeah.
I'm actually a descendant of him.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No way.
As far as you know.
You just added the rockin' on the front?
Yeah, because I'm more rockin'.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, anyways, welcome to the show. This is episode 37, 38, something like that. Lost count. But I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell me. Usually I know my guests a little bit. I was telling you this earlier. Usually I know are just friends or acquaintances or whatever. But I don't know you at all, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, we're meeting right now.
Yes. Tell me your origin story. Tell me how you got singing, all that good stuff. When did you start singing? Yeah, the good stuff.
Man, I've been singing as long as I can remember, honestly.
Really? I assume you're like 23, 22?
I'm 23.
Like awesome. Cool.
Yeah, my earliest memories are me singing at home for the video camera.
I love it.
And somewhere along the way, I was interested in piano lessons and voice lessons as a kid just because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, I realized that, I actually am maybe kind of good at this.
Yeah.
Or at least I had some inkling of potential.
Absolutely.
People don't realize you don't pop out of the womb singing great. You definitely have to put
some people
effort
think
into
that
it.
though. You know what I mean?
I know.
They're like, I wasn't born with it, so I'm not a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I definitely
you
know.
got some pipes.
Yeah. I know people that would love to sing and that are just flat out tone deaf, and there's probably nothing they could do to sing.
Good point.
But people will tell me all the time, "Oh my gosh, you're so lucky that you can sing," and I'm like, "True."
Agreed.
But there is a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Really? Oh my gosh! Like all those early teen years of me just sitting at the piano trying to learn how to
the
belt.
formative hours. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Seriously. I remember I was singing to myself. I think I had been singing the song on the piano, and I was in the car with my mom, and I was like, I love rock and roll.
Yeah.
And she was like, ew. Ew.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she was like, you cannot sing that song like that. That is gross. Because up until that point in my life, I was singing like, somewhere over the river. Like stuff like very like soft, and I was in choir.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm only like 12, so I never really put myself out there and tried yet, but she was like, you are not allowed to sing that song if you sing it like that. And so then after that, 13 to 16 were the years where I was trying to learn how to sing with
you taking any lessons at this point or
no lessons at this point, just practicing.
Yeah. Just every day.
Every day I would come home from school and just sing and sing, and my family
Those are fun times.
had to deal with me all the time. But yeah, and then probably this is such a long-winded backstory.
No, keep going. Make it longer. I'm loving it.
But then I just was always involved with music. Did the worship team at church, did talent shows at school, and, sang the national anthem for different events. And then eventually I was at this point in high school where you start thinking about what you would want to do, majoring in college and where you want to go and what you want to do. And I couldn't think of anything else besides music.
Love that.
And I told my parents, and they were supportive.
Yeah?
Surprisingly.
That's
they were
great.
like, yeah, I mean, you're good.
That's priceless. You know what I'm saying? It's
I'm
amazing.
Incredibly lucky.
Yes, that's fantastic.
And that's it. And then from there, I started taking some voice lessons and then majored in music and music business, and the rest is history.
Love it. Love it. That was a great little summary right there. You need to summarize that. I mean, just wrap a bow on that. That's perfect. You know
we have it right here.
Love it. Yes.
Recorded it right here.
So, you just from you never wandered anyway, been you know what, I'm gonna be a veterinarian, you know what I'm saying? You never, not once.
Not at all, except maybe in early elementary school I thought I would either want to be a rock star. This is what I would say, and
you are, so that counts, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
But when you ask a little kid what they want to be when they grow up,
President.
I said no. Everyone else said firefighter, doctor, all these answers that parents are like, that's great.
Yeah.
And I remember in class, in fourth grade, we actually went around and introduced ourselves to the other classmates and said what we wanted to be. And it was coming to me, and I was like, I'm going to have the best answer. I'm going to have the best answer. And I said, either a rock star or a professional softball player. And everybody laughed at me.
Really?
I was like, what? Those are both cool.
That is cool.
So that was my only other option.
Who's laughing now, damn it?
Yeah, seriously.
That softball career doing okay? Did you end up playing softball?
I stopped after middle
Yeah,
school.
I feel you.
Yeah.
The sports thing, it just pans out. Music's where it's at, right?
Yep, totally.
So, I mean, at this point, you're not taking, you said you're taking lessons at some point, right? But you just like naturally, like just singing in the car and stuff, it kind of developed.
Most of it was just me. I only took lessons to prepare for college auditions.
Okay. So you majored in voice? Is that what you majored in?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Wow.
And then
that's impressive.
I took lessons during school.
Yeah, you had to, right?
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. And this is School of Music, I guess.
Yeah.
UGA, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What is the name? Hugh Hodgson. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like that experience?
It's not what you probably think when I say I took voice lessons. They only offer classical music specialization,
which is kind of weird,
at
isn't
UGA.
it? Yeah.
Which was fine
Yeah.
because I grew up loving choir and liking classical music. But if I could have chosen like soul or jazz or rock or even theater, I probably would have preferred singing theater songs over classical music.
Makes sense.
Just work on my belting and things like that.
Yeah.
But it still made me better.
Definitely, I'm sure.
But yeah, I've never taken like voice lessons for the music that I actually prefer to sing, which is funny. It's only ever been classical music.
Interesting.
Voice lessons.
See, that's interesting. That comes up a lot on here. Like, I've had a few people like Luke, who's a music major, I think. Mary Margaret Cozart, I think's her last name. Mm-hmm. They were all like we had to learn classical, and like, why is it like that? You know what I mean? Like, why shouldn't you be able to pick what you learn? You know what I'm saying?
Right. This is something I was very annoyed about in school, and now that I'm graduated, I've become distanced from it. But all 4 years, I was like, why is it like this? They only let you specialize in classical, and there's definitely a place for that.
Yeah.
But it's not really preparing you for the current music industry, right? Because that's really a very small niche.
Yeah, like who actually is like out there performing classical?
Like either I'm sure there is,
there are, you know what I mean?
People, but not very many people are successful enough to have a career in it.
True. Seems so impractical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was not going to be an opera singer. That was never going to happen. And I feel like as much as I love like the program at UGA, it's preparing you to either be a teacher, a choir teacher, or a private lesson teacher, or a professor at a university, or an opera singer. And I was like,
interesting.
Not very much into those.
That's pretty niche right there. That's like three.
Really. And also they don't have any classes teaching you about how to even make it.
Yeah, like actual like
a career. They
getting
just teach
gigs
you
and stuff.
Yeah, they just teach you the music itself.
Interesting.
Which is why I'm so grateful for the music business program.
Yeah.
That saved me.
It really opened the doors, didn't it? Because I did it too, and I was like, all right, this is fucking it. Like, why am I even majoring in this other thing? Like, why?
What did you major in?
Consumer journalism.
Okay.
I graduate this week, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, congrats.
But like, what am I going to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the music business what I was there for.
Yeah.
Once I started taking those classes, I was like, oh, this makes perfect sense.
Right.
Why is it not a major? I wish that was a major. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I remember wondering why it wasn't a major, and I think it is because if you make it a major, the professors have to have a doctorate in it.
True. I don't think any of them do.
And what makes it so cool is that the professors are like rockers themselves.
Yeah,
which is like super cool.
Yeah, that would kind of ruin it, I guess, wouldn't it? If they were like super. Well, no, it wouldn't. But still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. David and Tom and all those guys.
Right.
Awesome.
They wouldn't be able to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But hopefully one day it will be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like if you could major in it, that'd be really cool.
Oh, I totally would have.
See, the thing, I was going to do music too, but I was kind of scared that like it would turn it into a job. Did you have any experience with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when something you like to do becomes classwork where you're like, oh my God, I have to sing again today.
Are you talking about majoring in it? Or
just regular music.
Oh, okay. Majoring in it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wasn't really doing the music that I love as my major. So I was naturally inclined towards all the things that I was learning in my major, but none of it was ruining what I love to do because I wasn't really getting to do what I love to do.
Oh, maybe it's a blessing then. You know what I mean? Maybe you'd be sick of it.
Yeah. I'll just pretend it's a blessing in disguise.
You got to look at the upside.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot too, like being scared to turn something into schoolwork. You know what I mean? Because like, even some of the music business classes I really loved towards the end, I was like, I'm kind of over this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I had it. I don't know.
No.
Maybe that's just me. But you know
it's
what I mean?
Good for you though.
Yeah. So you didn't experience any of that. You weren't like, oh, I'm sick of singing.
No, I was totally sick of singing. Because it was all classical too.
Yeah.
I was sick of it, and it took so much practice time that it took away from me pursuing other things in music that I actually wanted to do, writing and recording and performing and practicing other things.
The fun stuff.
So, and it was more intensive my first 2 years of college, which was when I pretty much did nothing. Like I didn't release anything, write anything, really practice, perform any contemporary music. What'd you say?
You were just finding your way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just had to put so much time into classical music. And it was frustrating.
Yeah, I bet.
Because I was like, I don't really care that much.
Like, what are you singing? Like, I can't even like name any classical singers. Like, I mean, I know like Bach and Mozart and stuff. You know what I mean? But like, I don't like.
No, we were doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In choir and performances. But for me, like individually, I honestly don't even remember because I stopped taking them sophomore year. I think I like purposely removed some of that from my brain to make room for other stuff.
There's only so much storage up there, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
In the cloud.
Yeah, and I'm never going to use it again. Probably. I don't know. You never know.
Well, I'm sure you learned some stuff.
Yeah.
Like what were you doing in your lessons? I know you guys have to take lessons every semester, right? Do you get what I mean? What do you like?
Learning how to speak German and Italian and Spanish and French and all of this classical technique that I'm sure made me better as a vocalist. Just for knowing my voice better, you know, there's so much going on in here that people don't realize. Just like
they think you just
creating
sing, you know
space
what I mean?
and different muscles and things. So I know my voice better for it, but a lot of that technique is
gone.
I mean, sometimes I pull it out for fun. If I'm like tipsy, I don't know. That's what really shocks people.
Like a party trick?
Oh, it's what really shocks people. I don't know. Like if I sang a rock song, people are like, yeah, she sings. But if I like belt out like an opera note, they're like, holy.
They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening? Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe you do sing. And I'm like, that's what impresses you? Anyway.
Kind of weird how that works, isn't it?
Yep.
That's funny though. I'm really interested in the whole like singing. Like I sing myself, but like I'm trying to like actually get better at it instead of just like doing it. You know what I'm saying? How long can you sing for? Like, have you ever played? Do you play any long cover bandy gigs? Like 3 hours, 4 hours, anything like that?
4 hours is probably the longest.
Yeah. Where you're
ever...
feeling like gas towards the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. That's a long ass time.
Yeah. It definitely helps if you are drinking through it a little bit. And then by the end of it, even though you're tired, you're like, I don't even care if I hit this note.
True,
and you just go for it. And then you usually do because you just go for it. Especially if you're tipsy. But oh my gosh. Yeah. For any longer than 4 hours, like actually singing out and doing your best.
True. I imagine that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine those kind of gigs happen anyways, right? Who sings more than 4 hours?
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe some people, but...
They better pay me a lot.
We're doubling the rate up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to run out of songs after
for real
4 hours.
Yeah. Like, even when I do 2 hours, like, towards the end, I don't know if, like... It's like when you're, like... I don't know if you've ever been to the gym or, like, running or something. Like, towards the end of a run, you, like, really stop giving a fuck, like... about the, like, looking nice or, like, caring what anybody thinks. You just start, like, really doing it. Like, you're just fucking tired, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like... Sometimes I'll avoid like the absolute hardest songs until that last hour, that last 30 minutes, because in the beginning I'm trying to save my voice a little bit. I don't want to like blow my voice out and you know get boring towards the end. And then also if you have a little buzz on you, like, and it's the very end, you're like, if this blows my voice out and like I'm tired after this, that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, we're done.
But you know, people are disappointed if you finish on a boring song. So
true. Good
you kind of have to be like, all right, this is one of crowd favorites.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Whatever, sing along if you know it. That kind of song, you want to save it for the end.
Absolutely, it's a good point. Good point. So, are you in any bands? Like, are you playing around town your time in Athens? Are you from Athens? Like when you moved.
No, I'm not from Athens. Yeah. I'm from just outside of Atlanta.
Okay, so you moved down for school.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Are you in any bands? Like, you playing anywhere during time?
Well, it's been hard this past year because everything's been shut down, so things are just kind of starting back up again. Before the pandemic happened, I was singing with The Family Recipe a lot.
Oh, they're fantastic. I saw them at the Vine Street thing.
Yeah, love
very
them.
Cool.
Great guys, great musicians.
Do you know Quentin? Is Quentin's name? Yeah, he played bass on a few of my songs. Nice guy.
Oh yeah, no,
so
he's
nice.
great.
So good, so talented. And
Seriously.
Will Ruff, is that his name? Yeah, cool guy too.
Yeah.
I've only met him once. But yeah, how'd you like that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had a singer at any point.
Yeah, they do. They haven't recorded with me or anything.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
For a lot of gigs that require a singer, I don't know if that's the right word, but basically there's a lot a lot of doors are open to you if you have a singer for
True.
like tailgates and frat
Yeah,
parties
exactly.
and just like cover gigs
Yeah.
where they want to hear stuff and sing along to
Yeah.
it. And then they can always mix some of their original stuff in, and we have a great time.
Yeah. That's awesome. I
Might
had
be
no
booking
idea.
some things with them later this year.
Dang,
but,
sneak peek.
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, but I do live in New York.
Yeah, that's the issue,
So,
isn't it?
I visit a lot.
Yeah,
like
okay.
I told you.
How bad's the
but-
drive? Is it 8 hours, 7 hours?
Oh, I'm flying.
Oh, you're flying. Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
no, I visit
First
too
class.
much to drive.
Gotcha.
I also don't
Flex.
have a car in New York.
True.
So.
Okay. Who needs
Yeah.
one up there, right?
Yeah, you
or
really
do
don't.
you? Like, I've never been there. I don't even
No,
know.
you've never been?
No, I was gonna go during the pandemic. Like before it happened, we had tickets to the Rangers
Oh.
game and everything, and then the pandemic happened.
Well,
Got the refund.
got to get back up there.
Yeah, I'll give you a
really,
holler when
you
I'm
really
there.
don't need a car, which is one of my favorite parts. I don't miss driving.
Really?
The only thing I miss about the car is like the surround sound of the speakers.
Yeah.
That like alone time to listen to whatever you want to listen
that
to.
zone out.
Yeah,
Man, that's
but
nice.
besides that, I mean, no, none at all.
Interesting. You get a lot of taxis, I guess.
I just take
Or-
the subway.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. How was that?
great, man. You have to just come up.
I'm gonna
and
have to come experience it. Yeah.
yourself.
I feel like such an outsider, like an uncultured swine. You know what I'm saying?
No, no. Well, come up and let me know when you're
Yeah, I'll
coming
give you a
in.
shout.
I'll give you the tour.
Exactly. I'm coming at Christmas. I hear it's beautiful up there.
Yeah.
A little packed.
I actually
but
would recommend coming another time
Yeah.
other than Christmas. The lights are beautiful
Yeah.
during Christmas, but oh my gosh, I don't know. I am a sunshine gal.
Yeah.
The winter up there is cold.
Is it cold? Cold?
It's for me it's cold. I think it's cold.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm gonna have to believe you on that one.
So
What's the music scene like up there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it
well,
like
it's just now getting
true?
back up to speed.
Yeah. So you don't even know yet, right? Do you? How long have you been there?
Not really. I moved there in August of last year, so like
Okay.
mid-pandemic.
Slam in the middle.
And yeah, no, I just recently made it into a band. I auditioned for this band and made it in.
Awesome.
But I haven't even.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
haven't even performed with them yet. So I'll let you know how it is. But we'll be performing for like weddings and like
Awesome.
high
Private
up-
events.
private events
Yeah.
and big parties and things.
Did you guys have a name yet, or does it have a name?
Well, it's under Hank Lane Music, which is like the biggest booking agency in New York.
Yeah.
I did an internship with them a few years
Ah.
back, which is what gave me that connection.
Was it through Mbus?
No, actually, that was like on my absolute own because that was a year. I was a year into MBUS,
Uh-huh.
and they recommended getting a summer internship,
Mm-hmm.
and I reached out to like a million places, as one does for an internship
Of
as a
course,
college
of
student.
course.
And this one was like the last one I reached out to. I just found it,
Mm-hmm.
contacted them through their contact on their website. They were like,
Wow.
"Oh, Skype us tomorrow," and then I like got it. It was so
Wow.
weird.
In New York?
In New York,
Oh, and then you drove up there, or were you like just
flew
doing it
up there
Zoom?
for the summer.
Oh wow! I bet that was cool. Wasn't
It was cool.
Yeah.
It really made me fall in love with the city.
I bet.
You have to go.
That's awesome.
And I recommend warmer months.
I like the summer.
1000%.
Man, what's going on upstairs?
I don't know. Someone dancing?
Catching a little workout up there, my man.
Yeah, sounds like jumping jacks or something. I don't know.
It might be. They knew we were podcasting down here, is what it was. They
Yeah,
said we're gonna. Fuck
it
with-
literally sounds like they're right above.
Yeah, like
this
they're
room.
right here for anyone who can hear. I'm sure they can.
Oh yeah, they
I
can
got
probably
it. I
hear
got
that,
it.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was. Okay, New York music scene.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of like notable like? Is it like clubs? Is it like venues? You know what I mean? Like.
Well, like I said, there hasn't been that much performing going
Yeah.
on. They just now allowed music performances to come back in
Mhm.
late April. So I haven't started
Super
performing
recent.
yet.
Oh, gotcha.
And I haven't seen very much live music. The only live music I've seen, like there haven't been any concerts.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen outdoor
Yeah,
playing at like a restaurant and things like that.
like coffee shop kind of stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah, coffee shop,
Yeah.
or just like because of COVID, there's now so much outdoor dining because they couldn't do
Mhm.
indoor dining for the longest time. So they'll just have someone come play the guitar and sing to the
True.
people outside, stuff like that.
I'm sure you'll figure it out though. It's coming back for you, right?
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
will be playing
No,
like
I'm not
clubs and
worried.
bars and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm
Interesting.
excited.
I bet that's fun.
Yeah.
I read like these stories. Like I had this book called Cool Town. Have you ever heard of it? It's about
No.
Athens. Like the B-52s and REM, they would like drive up
Yeah.
to New York and play, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I like stuff like that. Kinda
Yeah,
cool.
that is cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone
I just
good.
wonder if there's like is there a 40-watt club up there? I'm sure you know what I mean. Like
Oh
like
yeah,
the same
for
kind
sure.
of thing.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
plenty of those.
I'm sure, yeah,
Like
okay.
whatever, pretty much, I mean, it's New York City. They have like
they got
all
stuff.
different sizes of venues and things. So
cool. I'm gonna have to come see it myself. Then it's very cool.
Yeah,
you gotta let me know what venues you end up getting in, because I'm curious about this. I know like nothing about it, but I know there is a scene there.
Yeah. No, I'll get you into a show. You let me know when you're coming.
I'll be there. Summer months.
Hold me to it.
I will.
Or fall.
I will. I'm gonna chalk it down.
Yeah.
So we should probably get back to your music. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I'm talking a million miles an hour.
No, you're good.
Tell me, when's the first release? When do you start putting out music? Sometime in college, I assume?
Yeah. When did I do that? I think I did that first thing my junior year.
Mm-hmm. So 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
A little over 2 years ago was my first release. And it was a cover, actually, of Cooler Than Me.
Oh, I love this one. This was the first one I heard from you, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I think maybe Zach Chase reposted it or somebody like that. I was like,
cool.
That's a cool cover, because it's like, it's kind of cool to hear it from the girl perspective. I know the original, of course. And how did that, like, was that like did it get you like a lot of attention, like from people that like, just like, oh, that's a great cover kind of thing? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I plan to do a cover because first of all, it's just nerve-wracking releasing original music. It's nerve-wracking to release music in general, especially original music. And it was my first time going through the whole process of making something the way I wanted it to be, like production-wise and everything. So it was kind of nice to start with something like that had like a format and a bass line that I could, move in a direction that I wanted to. But I wasn't totally starting from scratch, because at that point I almost felt a little frozen. It's hard to get started. Once you get started, it'll get rolling, but you can scare yourself out of not ever putting anything out. And I don't even remember how I really decided on that song. I know I probably decided on it because it was originally done by a man and I'm a woman, and that already makes it different. Yeah,
I like that already. I actually wrote that down. I thought it was cool hearing it from the girls' side. I thought that was really cool.
Thanks. And I don't know, I could see it being done. He did it in like an electronic kind of like soft EDM a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But I could see its potential in like a little bluesy kind of thing. Soft rock. So that's why I went for that. And that was, a little over 2 years ago.
That's awesome.
And I think at that point, that was mostly for me to start taking myself seriously.
Okay. But you have to do it for it.
I can't say what other people thought of it, but as soon as you start releasing some music, people take you more seriously. Of course.
No doubt.
Like me saying, "Oh yeah, like my dream is to, make music, perform music for my career, and I don't have anything out there. Like, who's gonna believe that?"
Exactly.
That
helped jumpstart you, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It sounds great. I like the cover art too. Very cool. Like
Thanks.
How'd you make the animated kind of looking thing?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I just found this girl on Instagram. I wish I remembered her name. And was like, "Hey, do you want to do this cover art? Like, what are your rates? Whatever." And just talk to her. And
love it.
At the time, I looked more like that cover art. Had long blonde wavy hair, and look at me now.
Well, that's exactly where you were in time. I do like your hair, by the way. You got the whole bob thing going on.
Yeah.
True or false?
No, I cut it like 2 days ago. My hair hasn't been this short since I was first growing out my hair when I was born.
September 08.
So seriously, it is. This is new for me.
Love it. New directions.
Switching it up.
Yeah. Okay. So when that one comes out, are you like, all right, I got to follow this up? Are you like, all right, I got some time now? Or how does it feel when it comes out? You know
I knew when it came out, I was excited about it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Everyone I knew that told me they liked it, of course, liked it. People tell you they like it. I don't know if they liked it, but
it seemed genuine.
People liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew I didn't want to do a cover for my next song because I don't know why. I remember when I was younger, I actually recorded a Christmas album for my family.
Really?
And
masterpiece, right?
Oh, I don't want to say it's awful because it actually is it's fine. It's good. And my family loves it and listens to it every year.
I love it.
But, it being me when I was 16, I'm like, ugh. You
got a little cringe to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Pictures does that for me. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Pictures, too.
Yeah.
But more than anything, as a vocalist, hearing yourself.
I bet.
Yeah.
But, are you going to put this guy on Spotify or what? We need to hear it.
No. Oh, my gosh. My family wants me to so bad.
You should. Drop that guy.
Should I drop it this Christmas?
Yes. Come on. Content.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I know. It's just so hard to overcome that cringe. Maybe I'll post one or two.
Yeah, maybe one day,
But I remember the guy that was recording me, this random guy. I don't remember his name either. This was so long ago. But he said, you're going to have to decide at one point Are you a cover artist? Or are you an original artist?
Dang, mic drop.
Yeah, and I was like, oh God, no, I definitely want to be an original artist. I mean, I love singing,
other people's music.
songs.
Yeah.
There are plenty of amazing songs that already exist that I love to sing.
So true.
But I knew after I released Cooler Than Me that I definitely wanted to follow it up with an original song, just to make it clear to myself, make it clear to everyone. I'm not here to just cover like early 2000s songs and make them my own. Like, I actually wanted to write stuff. And that was, honestly, my next song feels like it was my first release.
And which song is that?
Same As You.
Same As You. I like this one. This was still in your top 5 on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
I think I wrote, hold on. I took notes because I had to listen to your catalog this week to make sure I was ready for this. I wrote the ending sounds huge. It's cool, like piano and drums. It's like fucking massive at the end.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm like digging that. Very nice.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was your first one.
Yeah, that was my first original release.
Cool. Well, do you think that maybe like the cover first was a good idea? Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it definitely was.
You think so? Like here's a chance to listen to me without like having to like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean though?
Oh, and for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Just because Same As You isn't quite upbeat either. And
it's a little more like soul-y, right?
Yeah.
Soulful.
And it doesn't have the typical song format. And it's kind of a heavy song.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a heavy person. Anyone that knows me, I'm very lighthearted and upbeat. So
you seem like you're always smiling.
Yeah. So that song was quite a shocker.
Yeah.
And it would have been more of a shock had it been my first release ever.
True. Yeah.
And it was so nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh.
I bet. Cooler Than Me has the lighthearted thing. You know, so that's a good idea.
And of course, I'm putting myself out there musically, but I didn't write that song, so it was not as much exposure or vulnerability.
Exactly. And people don't realize how much it really is putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're like worried, like, oh, is this the right direction for me? All that kind of stuff. You know.
Right.
And then always once it passes, you're like, yeah, that was exactly where I was right then. That was where I was supposed to be. So that's nice. I love that one. That sounds great.
Oh, thank you.
How'd you write? You wrote Same As You, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd you write that one? What's the songwriting process like for you?
It was so long ago, but honestly, that was one of those songs that you just sit down at the piano and it just happens.
Oh, I love that.
I was, going through a harder time. I was taking on so many different obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
That was when I first started music business. And I was then juggling my music major and music business. And my boyfriend at the time moved to New York. So we were doing long distance. And
Toughie.
I decided at that time that would be a good time to train for a half marathon. Like, I just put so much on myself. So I feel like that song kind of reflects me going through a bit of a hard time.
Interesting.
And yeah, I didn't really think about it too much. I just sat down at the piano and it just kind of fell out of me.
I love those. I have this theory that all the best ones happen like that. Like they were already there. And they just you just reach out and grab them. Yeah. I say that every episode. People are tired of hearing that. But
my most recent release also happened.
Same kind of
that.
thing?
Yeah, All in Good Time.
We're going to get there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going in order. Don't you jump the gun here,
Okay, all right.
What's next up for you?
Okay, next.
See. I think I missed. I don't know what the next one is.
What was next? The next one is The Wicked.
The Wicked. I like this one too. Okay, so how many songs do you have out? Is it 5 or 6?
It is 4.
Okay, and you've only done singles so far, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's hard to remember because I have so many coming. I just can't remember what's out.
Okay. Flex on us. Nice.
Yeah.
Tell me about The Wicked.
So after Same As You, if I'm remembering my story correctly, I don't think I released. I'm pretty sure this would be embarrassing if I forgot about one of my songs. I don't know, but as I'm remembering it, and I'm pretty sure it went this way. After Same As You, I did a lot of writing.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, I didn't release for almost 2 years again.
Wow. Was it just the pressure of it? Like, I got to top this or?
I can't even remember.
Really?
I
no
know
idea?
I had my reasons.
I'm sure.
I think I was focused on writing and there must have been something else going on.
School.
I can't even remember. School.
Yeah. The marathon.
Yeah. I don't even really remember. But yeah, so then this past October, I released The Wicked.
Awesome. Okay.
And that felt good to release because that was the first song where I felt like not only did this express how I was feeling, but it also was really the musical direction that I love.
Yeah.
So Same As You is a real soulful ballad, I would say.
I'd say so.
And
kind of strong.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Cooler Than Me is like a soft indie blues rock. And The Wicked is just like soulful rock. And I liked that. After so much time away from releasing music, coming back and releasing something that I was like, I feel strong about this direction and people knowing me for this kind of sound. That felt good. And also, it had been a while.
2 years is a good while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet it was nice. Like, you could just kind of find your way through putting them out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like those first 2 got you to that one, right?
Yeah. Part of being an artist is publicizing your growth,
which I love. I think that's great.
Yeah, there's no way around it. That's what froze me for so long before releasing was I bet I'll be better in a little bit. I should hold off. Like maybe that song isn't good enough. I'll wait until I write my next one and stuff like that. And you just have at some point, like you're always going to be getting better.
Yeah, true. It's like you're in your own way.
Changing.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like you have to get out of your own way. Like you can like thinking a song is really good can make it really hard to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
You can be like scared to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't know. It's kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah.
You got to get out of your own way.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm sure people that don't write and record and release music have no idea what it's like.
Exactly,
but, oh my gosh, you could work on something forever. And I like almost did with Cooler Than Me and Same As You and The Wicked. And you eventually have to learn nothing is ever perfect. You will always find a reason to keep working on it.
Just put it out.
Just put it out.
Just put it out. I want to back up a second because I forgot to ask you, where are you recording these at?
Okay, so Cooler Than Me and Same As You, I did through the music business program.
Oh, really? In the lab?
Yeah, in the recording lab.
Yes.
And then took such a long break. I didn't even record. Okay, so I wrote The Wicked, all of the instruments on my computer with Logic.
Nice.
And then I recorded my vocals in New York in a small apartment. I literally had to like stick my head in the closet in between the clothes to like kind of make a sound barrier. And then have you ever heard of soundbetter.com?
I've used it. Pretty cool stuff. You got somebody to mix it on there or something?
Yeah, so I found different people that were able to record live what I wrote on Logic.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, and guitar and everything, bass, and then sent them my vocals and just got it all mixed around that way. I kind of had to get creative because of the pandemic, studios were shut down, people weren't meeting in person.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm happy that it made me aware of my ability to do that.
Yeah.
Like there really is no excuse.
True, yeah. Like anything could happen now.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Exactly.
Which is cool. I think Sound Better is great. I wish more people knew about it. Like you don't have to have a band per se. You can go on there and like commission like a literal professional drummer
from anywhere.
that does it
they
for
could
a
be
living.
In London. It doesn't matter.
And usually it's pretty fairly priced, you know what I'm saying? Like you can get a studio Nashville musician who plays every day to do a drum track for like $50 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
totally. That's a steal in comparison to booking studio time and teaching a band or whatever.
I highly recommend. If anybody's listening, go check it out. It's for more than just like musicians. You can do anything. Like cover. You can find cover artists on there.
Yeah,
and like
graphics, all that stuff.
Graphics
so cool.
and even
website
other
builders, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
very cool. And it sounds great. It sounds humongous. I love that one.
Thank you.
I noted that the guitar solo was really cool.
Oh,
really cool guitar solo in there.
Thank you. Tasty. That is a common comment.
You've heard that?
Yeah,
it's like really tastefully different. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not just like expected. Like,
and the drums mesh well with it.
It does, yeah, very cool. I thought another thing I wrote is that it sounds like it could be in a Netflix movie, like a closing scene. You know what I'm saying?
Oh heck yeah! I haven't heard that. That's
like a girl just like did some sketchy shit and like it's like fading out with that going out.
I like it. I like
it. See it. We can get this thing licensed. Let's make it happen.
Anyone listening?
Anybody out there? Please hit me up.
Yeah. Seriously.
We will take the check.
Go check it out.
Sounds great. How'd you write that one?
Okay, The Wicked. That was during the pandemic. I wrote that early pandemic,
Marchish.
And it's kind of, I don't know. I just wrote it. It's a reflection of the world, my view of the world at that time. There was a lot going on, with just climate change and political environment, and
it was a wicked time.
Yeah, and a worldwide pandemic. That is, we've gotten used to it now, but in the moment you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, crazy. So it's kind of a reflection of that time, the feeling of that time. Just a world on fire, honestly. And all I felt like I had was music.
I love it. Yeah, and that came out.
Nothing to do but sing the blues.
Love
That's
it.
what I say. But yeah. That's kind of how it came about.
You wrote it on the piano. Do you write everything on the piano?
I actually didn't write that on the piano.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm thinking of the last one.
I came up with the guitar on it first, and I think I did. Oh,
so you can play guitar a little bit?
I actually did it, like, this is so crazy. I did it on my computer, on my laptop, in Logic with the keyboard. Like, I didn't even have a keyboard plugged into it. I did it with, like, the typing keys.
Yeah, okay.
And came up with it that way.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That's some, like, DJ shit, like some EDM
I
shit.
guess.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of cool.
Know. I never would have thought what I was coming up with in that moment would be, like, this full song eventually, but it's just something I was fooling around with, and then I liked it, and
it happened.
One thing after the next.
The inspiration on the lyrics you said was just the times, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you record that one during the pandemic. When does that one come out? Did you put it out during the pandemic?
That one came out in October.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So what was the whole process, like, front to back, from writing to getting it fully done through Sound Better? How long do you think it took you?
How long did that take me?
No, I'm asking the deep cut questions here now.
Just curious. I guess I started, like, the bare bones of it before I really started writing the lyrics, which is what was a reflection of the pandemic and everything, and just that time period. I think I worked on it, like, at the time I started that in Logic, that project, it took me about a year.
Gotcha.
To get it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very fair, I think. You know, sometimes it takes something like they rewrite themselves sometimes. You ever notice that? It's like you'll go back to it and be like one will just keep coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, well, here's your sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The last song that I released, All in Good Time, took 2 years.
2, wow.
And the next song that I'm about to release took 2 years.
Well, it's probably not
1 year is good.
It's probably not 2 years working on it. It's more like just like you wrote it and then like it sits around for a while, right?
This next one really was worked on for 2 years.
Wow.
That sounds insane.
Nice.
All in Good Time wasn't. I just wrote that and kind of sat on it for a while, but this next one that I'm about to release, I wrote this with Jacob Selvaggi.
Jacob's the sax player?
Yes.
Doesn't he play saxophone? Yeah.
Yes. So we co-wrote this.
Cool.
And this is my first co-write, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It's also his first co-write, but we worked on it forever.
Really?
Like, it started out as like a kind of simple, just like bass heavy pop sexy song, which is almost unbelievable when you hear the song it turns out to be, which is like grand and cinematic and orchestral. It's completely different.
Is there some saxophone on there?
No, there isn't. Oh. There was going to be.
I didn't even know he songwrites.
I mean, it changed so many times. I think this is like his first. He writes instrumental music, but this is his first like full, just like vocal single project.
Interesting. All right, we got to take one quick break to thank my sponsor of today's show.
All right.
Today's sponsor of the show was Peach State Pilot. They do good buddy of mine, Cody Mathis. He flies drones. He does music videos. He does photography. He does agriculture, like flying by tractors and stuff. He does trying to get into real estate, trying to get into weddings. Very nice guy. He was kind enough to sponsor the show. Everybody go check him out on Facebook at Peach State Pilot. Ooh. And you can use code TANK to get 10% off. So yeah, thank you for sponsoring the show. All right, moving on. Yes, had to throw that in there. Love it.
Totally.
I forgot where I was. The song you wrote. Okay, let's talk about. Now we're up to date with All in Good Time, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this one. I love this one. Your vocals sound huge on this one.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds ginormous. How'd you do that?
I don't know. I just sang, I guess.
just leaned into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a passionate song.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I've felt this. Anyone who goes into the arts, not anyone, but I'm sure a lot of people that go into the arts feel a bit of friction coming from people around them. Like, what are you doing? You're so smart. Why are you going into the arts? That's such an uncertain path.
Are you going to be
Some people just don't even respect the arts altogether. Yeah. So that's something I've definitely experienced throughout my life, having known my whole life that I love music more than anything. Yeah. I've gotten it from a young age. And so that was always an emotion that I had, like, you know, kind of like I'm going to tell you so one day.
Yeah.
Or one day I'll say I told you so.
You'll know.
You know, whatever.
I love that.
And I wrote that 2 years ago. I went on a study abroad in Italy.
Cortona?
Yeah.
I bet that was sick. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this too. Just go ahead with the song.
Yeah. So it was awesome. It was like a jazz study abroad, which was so exciting because I was just ready to not do classical music for a little bit.
You got a little bit in there.
And part of our class requirement was to go to the practice room every day and just practice playing the piano, practice like different scales, and if we wanted to, songwrite and whatever. And yeah, just one of my days I went, and that was another one where I just started playing the piano.
Yeah.
And the song came out.
Wow. I'm telling you, that's my theory. All the good ones just show up. You know what I'm saying?
That one just showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, immediately, wow, I like that. I like that a lot. That kind of was like, had a blues feel to it. And this was just on piano. So I like really feeling that it was really cool just on piano and already had like that blues feel. You're like, it's a good bass line to build off of for sure.
It's a good feeling.
And it's a message that felt and does still feel really real to me, and probably always will.
So let me ask you this before we keep going. What I always like to ask, what like actual genre you consider yourself, because it's hard to tell sometimes. I just said like soul, maybe. I don't know what my second word would have been. My first one would have been soul.
Well, think of a second one. Come on.
I almost would have said soul. It sounds wrong when I say it. I almost would have said soul pop, but you're not pop, are you? A little bit?
Okay.
There's a little bit in there.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. Because like it's like pop songwriting to me, you know what I'm saying? Kind of. But like it's got the whole soul like feeling thing in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't really define myself well.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not easy.
It's
you know what I'm
really
saying?
hard
It's really
to define
hard.
yourself.
Yeah.
I can define the music I like to listen to, and I'm sure that influences me.
Of course.
And you know, I like certain sounds, but that was also something that really stopped me from putting myself out there for the longest time, was liking so many different kinds of music and taking inspiration from so many different bands and artists and genres. I was so stressed because I thought I had to have this like clear sound that I would never stray from. And it was going to be my brand.
That was
and that was just so much pressure.
Oh, man.
So I've done so much better throwing that out the window and just releasing whatever. I mean, I've released 4 songs and none of them have the same exact sound. Like,
they all have a little different thing going on.
And this next song, completely different again.
Love
then make it 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's hard to define myself because I could do anything. I mean, I'll probably release some jazz at some point, some crooning songs.
That'd be sick.
I mean, this next song has like a choir moment in it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's cool. It's hard to define myself.
Yeah, I feel you there, because like every time somebody asks me, I'm like, oh no, I'm like, this is gonna be a bad description. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But that's cool. Well, there's some soul in there though, right? Am I halfway there?
No, I actually, whenever I do define myself, I always include the word soulful.
Yeah. Okay. I can definitely
just
hear
because
that.
I think that's like in my voice.
You got like the whole power thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like no matter what song I'm going to do, I'm going to bring an element of soul to it. So that's an easy word to throw in.
Among other elements.
Green check on that descriptor.
I
like that.
I'm halfway there.
And my voice is also kind of deeper. I'm more of an alto or like a mezzo soprano than a soprano,
like
which I think brings some soulful.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think usually, well, maybe that's a stereotype, but I don't know. I just expect you to be higher, but you have like this whole like chest voice power thing going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like everything though. You like pop, rock, all that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I try to be like that too. I try to like not like dislike whole genres. Like if the song's good, the song's good. You know what I mean?
Good music is good music.
Yeah. Like people be like, oh man, I hate reggae. I'm like, do you really? Like all of it? Like none of it?
Listen to it?
Have you listened to every single?
Given it a shot?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. So I try to be open minded like that too, which is cool. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked on that question. All in good time, right?
Yes.
Is that where we were?
Yeah.
I wrote that it sounds like something you could hear as you walk past a nightclub in New Orleans. Does that sound right to you?
Wow, I really like your descriptions.
I'm telling you, it's just what came to mind. I'm telling you.
A nightclub in New Orleans? That's fucking awesome.
It's pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
That's just what I've
never been to New Orleans, but I imagine it would be cool.
It is a vibe. It's a similar vibe to the song, in my opinion. That's what I thought of.
It's definitely on my bucket list.
You should. I feel like you would really like it.
I think I would.
I think you would really enjoy it. There's just people singing at every bar. It's great.
Yeah. I had to wait till I was at least 21. I mean, I've wanted to go for years. And then I turned 21 and, and then a pandemic and everything. Still haven't gotten over there. But
I'm sure you will. You'll fly out there. Yeah. Definitely fly.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's a ride and it's boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other thing to note about this one? I wrote guitar solo again for this one. Another cool guitar solo, right?
Yeah, thank you.
I noted also instrumentation. There's like some horns, right? Saxophone maybe.
Good ear.
Yeah, I like it. It sounded good. It sounds big. You know what I'm saying? Like wide. I don't know.
I want it to sound big because eventually I want to be performing these songs in person.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten to do them. I released them during a pandemic, but I wanted to transition as smoothly as possible. Because that's what I really like to do is perform. Yeah,
they all sound really real. Like there's none of them where I was like it's like there's like they're produced, but they're not like where it's like, oh, she could never do this live. You know what I'm saying?
Or she would have to change it greatly.
Yeah, like really spice it. You know what I'm saying? Live, which is cool, which is great for when you do start playing live, which I'm sure you will.
That's something I keep in mind for sure.
Yeah. You have played a few places in Athens, though, haven't you? I think you played 40 Watt, right?
Yeah, I did play 40 Watt.
Zach, I guess. Who'd you play with?
I did. Once I did it by myself. Another time I did it with the family recipe.
Okay. How was that experience? Pretty fun?
Great. I love the 40 Watt.
Yeah, 40 Watt's great, isn't it?
I would sing there again and like
heartbeat
tonight.
Yeah, for real. That'd be so sick. They're opening up in September. I'm like, man, come on. We could speed that up a little bit. I think we could bump that forward a little.
At least there's an actual hard date.
Yeah, that is nice.
That you can look forward to. Before it was
like just one day.
Yeah, hopefully.
And when you performed by yourself at the 40 Watt, did you do it solo or the band?
No, I did it with a band. At the time, it was the same people that I was actually working on recording my music with.
Okay, that's nice.
And we never became like a regular performing band.
Yeah.
But love them. That was great.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
What was your first band experience like? Was it like were you like, oh, this is amazing, or oh, I want to stay solo, or
I perform by myself on the piano all the time. So I'm very familiar with it. And performing with the band was completely different and great.
Yeah.
When I'm playing piano, I'm really thinking about the piano with like 3/4 of my brain, and the singing is like just take it for granted. It's like an autopilot thing. I'm really kind of looking at what the next chord is and scrolling to see whatever. So only singing, that is just, it feels like it just comes so naturally and it's so fun that easy. I'm so in the moment, and I feel like I can actually look up and see the people that are experiencing the music with me, and move around. I love moving around when I'm listening to music, when I'm singing music. So yeah, it's a completely different experience. I love it.
I bet. I always tell people, because like I play guitar and sing too, and it's easy, I guess, but like it's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach. Like you can do it, you know what I mean? But I'd rather just pat my head. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just sing. Like I just want to sing.
Yeah. There's like really no stress. Yeah. I wouldn't say no stress, but very little stress attached to just singing.
True.
Because that's what I actually do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself a pianist.
Really? I'm surprised about that. A little bit?
Maybe a little. I don't know. I'm somewhere in between. But I mainly do it to accompany my singing.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't book a 4-hour gig of just piano playing. I'm mainly there for my voice. Like my voice is why I'm doing it.
That makes sense. I feel you. It's like a by necessity thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever write stuff just vocally? Because I've never really done that. I've always kind of wondered how people do that. Like, do you like have some chords and you write something, or do you just like sit in the car and sing something and that's your song? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's actually it happens all the time with Same As You and All in Good Time. Even though I did sit down at the piano and it fell out of me in that moment. It's kind of funny. Like I have so many voice recordings of just like me like fooling around like with melodies and stuff in the car or anywhere, and I'll be like, oh, that sounds good, and I'll record it. And I went back and like I had the melody, or at least part of the melody of both of those songs already in my head at one point that eventually came fully formed and fell out on the piano one day.
You know what I'm saying? It was already there. I'm telling you.
So
man.
All in Good Time was, I remember singing that melody for the first time driving in the car, and Same As You was right before I fell asleep one night. It like came to my head and I sang it into my phone.
That's interesting you say that, because they say, I don't know if you know anything about this, but they say right before you go to your sleep, your brain produces like beta waves. Have you ever heard this?
Yeah.
That like your brain's like in a beta mode or alpha mode or some shit.
Yeah.
And that like all your ideas will come like right before you go to sleep, like really good ones.
Yeah, it's like just a state where you're kind of formless in a way.
You're out of
like,
touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Like a flow state where really anything, it's like a judgment free zone. Anything can come or go.
That's a good way to put it. I think stuff like that's really interesting.
Yeah.
They make these things on your phone. Like I need to look up where there's alpha, beta, or gamma waves that right before you sleep. They like give you the thought. But you can listen to these like they have like the waves and you can play them on Spotify. And like if you like sit there and listen to it for 20, I swear when you're done, you like just have like ideas and shit. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah, I listen to it in the sauna every day, and like I'll be in there just like zone the fuck out, like on another planet, and I have like this great idea, and I just write it down. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, I'm copying that.
Yes, I try to tell. Do you know Aspen Ananda?
Yeah.
I told her the same thing. She's been trying it, so I'm trying to get people on it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so doing.
I'll send you a link. I need to drop a link in this too because it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But let's see. So tell me about what you have coming up. What's next?
All right.
What's your ambitions? What are you looking forward to?
Well, my next single.
Yeah,
you
tell me about that.
Like big picture?
Single and then big picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next single is called Silhouette. It is an orchestral, cinematic feeling song. I've never made anything like this before.
Nice.
So it's gonna shock some people, especially if they don't hear any of these podcast interviews and have a warning.
If they do hear this, though, they'll be ready.
They'll be ready.
Yes,
exactly.
Let's go. Heard
that.
that.
And it's cool. It's kind of, I don't really want to say what it's about because I kind of want people to come up with stuff.
Yeah,
on
let
their
it happen.
own.
Let them decide first.
Yeah, I was gonna say stuff, but now hold my tongue.
No, I like that because I kind of it sounds pretentious, I guess, but we talk about this too a lot in here. Like, I hate it when I find out what a song's about and I already had my idea and then like now I know it's not that. Do you get what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh, there are definitely two different types of people.
Yeah.
In this world, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I fall in love with having my own meaning for a song.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend is actually the exact opposite. As soon as he hears a song, he's like, I wonder what that means. I'm going to look it up. I'm like, no, think about it. Like, how does it relate to your life? I don't know. Like, what do you think it means?
Yeah.
He's like, why do we need to think about it? I could just look it up. And I'm like, well,
It'll
it's
ruin
fun.
it.
Like, that's the point of art.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways is like, I don't know, just to perceive it.
Yeah.
However you perceive it.
It's so interesting you say that because like I like go back and forth on it. Like, should I explain songs? Should I not? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I know. Well, it's kind of exciting. Like, you want to explain yourself.
Yeah, you do bad.
Like,
yeah.
I want to tell people what, all of it means and symbolizes, but at the same time, like,
maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe they won't connect with it as much.
Yeah, interesting. We'll never really know, but it's good to ponder upon.
Yeah.
And what should we expect production-wise from this one? What you got going on? You got some sounds in there, you said.
Oh, yeah. Stuff that has never been in my songs before. Yeah. There's a choir moment. Just a lot of orchestral instruments.
Nice. Taking some of that classical training and throwing it in there, right?
Totally. Even just some of that nerdiness. I mean, I love choir.
Yeah.
I love choir music.
Yeah. It's interesting. I wish I'd have done choir, like church and stuff. Like when I was a kid, I wish I'd have done that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
It was really cool.
Yeah, I bet you learned a lot.
I mean, there's only a little bit of it in this song, but just like things like that inspired the sound in this song.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes total sense.
It's going to be cool. Stay tuned if you're listening right now.
Yes, I'm excited to hear it. You're going to have to send me a link on this thing.
I definitely
want to hear it.
will.
I want to hear the link in advance. It's only benefit of being a podcaster. You get the links in advance.
I got you.
So now tell me, big picture, what you got coming? What should we expect? What's the future? What are some ambitions?
Big picture is I just want people to stay tuned because I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really a big picture person.
Okay, I'm surprised. I figured you had it planned out.
No, a lot of people love to plan their 5-year plan. For me, I just know that during this, even just the next year, I'm going to keep writing, keep recording and releasing. There's definitely going to be more than just that next song this year.
Awesome.
And I'll be performing. I'm going to be going back to performing, which I'm super excited about. Sick. I have come to this place where I'm not really in a rush about anything, which makes the whole process of music more enjoyable for me. I get to actually enjoy just writing and recording and releasing rather than worrying about if I'm going to blow up or something.
Yeah. This has got to be the hit right here.
Honestly, I've gotten to the point where I don't really, I would love for my original music to become a full-time career, but I'm not stressed about it because I'm already so blessed to even be able to perform as a career.
True.
And to have the time and energy and means to make music as I please. So, I really don't. my big plan is to just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's the best plan you could have. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it happen to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We try too hard. You know what I mean? You got to figure it out.
Every
That's
time
nice.
I come up with a plan for myself, like, everyone's changing so fast, or at least I feel like I'm changing so fast and getting better all the time, that I outgrow the plans that I had for myself at one point.
Before it happens?
Yeah.
That's so well put. Like, for real, like, I read this book. What was it called? Oh man! Oh, it's on there in the table. It's called the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Have you ever read this book?
No, I haven't read it, but I've seen it a lot.
It's really good. He was like always talking about like just get out of your own fucking way. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, that's a lot, because like I'm in my way all the time.
Yeah,
so.
If you sit around planning your future for too long, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like
it's the actual doing.
When I look at all the people that have actually succeeded in doing what I would love to do as my dream life. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like they've really made a 5-year plan. Like they just like existed.
Yeah.
They just made music because they liked it and performed because they liked it and just put themselves out there and existed.
Exactly.
And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yes. Have you ever noticed that like when you're really trying to get something, like it's harder than like if you just let it happen to you? You know what I mean?
That's the same thing with songwriting, same thing with anything.
Yes, because like example from last week. You've surely been to Hedges. You remember Hedges?
Yeah.
Now it's the Warehouse.
Yeah. This
past week we're playing Boar's Head open mic night, and I've been trying to get booked at Hedges like since I moved to Athens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just wanted to play there. It's a huge venue. It's awesome. And we're standing there on stage at the open mic night. Somebody taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey man, I work at the Warehouse. You guys want to play there?" We hadn't even played there. I'd stopped emailing them, given up. You know what I mean? And it just happened.
So weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you heard about like the new trend right now? I swear is like manifesting.
Yeah, I'm into this. I believe in manifestation.
I don't really believe in anything, but I'm not at this point. I'm like not doubting it at all. It's because
like
crazy
law
stuff
of
like that
attraction
happens.
stuff.
Like I swear, as soon as you stop longing for it so much, like it could never be yours, and you just realize it'll come when it comes.
True. I respect
that's when you're
that,
ready for it.
I believe
or at
it.
least that's what I've been seeing everywhere. Oh my god!
Like
so,
some people are always like, "Man, I could never do that." Well, like you're right. You know, like if you say that every day, then you're absolutely right. You never will. But like if you sit there saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this one day," then you will. You know what I'm saying?
There's that like famous quote. I don't know if it's by someone or if it's unknown, but it quotes. Is like, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
I know what you're talking about. It's you're close. I think it's Confucius. It's he who says he can and he who says he cannot are both usually right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Not to like get picky on it, but
no, and it's so totally true. I mean, bringing it all the way back to softball. I remember I was a kid playing softball and I was stressed out about going up to bat. And I told my dad, I was like, I'm afraid I'm gonna like strike out. That would be so embarrassing. And he was like, if you go up there thinking you're gonna strike out,
guess what?
I promise you will strike out.
He's right.
You need to go up and imagine and just like get excited about hitting a line drive. Like don't even doubt yourself at all. Like just know it's going to happen, and it will happen.
Yeah.
Your mind is so powerful.
That's so true. People don't realize it either.
Yeah.
Manifestation's real, I think. I mean, if you sit there like all day just thinking like, "Oh man, I'm such a lazy piece of shit." Well, guess what? You know what I mean? Like you will be.
You decide who you are.
Your mind is like so powerful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty profound. Good stuff there. I like it. I like conversations like these. Very nice. This is why I started this.
I mean, it revs me up. I'm like ready to do
something.
let's
go do some shit. Let's fucking content coming.
I don't know.
But anyways, I think that's it. Do you have any closing notes for the people?
Gosh.
It's been an hour.
This totally flew by.
Yeah.
Well, if you've listened this whole time, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We love you.
Yes, we do. Give them a wave. Thumbnail.
Hey. And if you want to check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, my music is streamed everywhere where music is streaming. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Spotify while you're on there because new stuff is coming.
What's your Instagram handle?
My name, Amanda.Rockenbach. Rockenbach.
Yes, same on Spotify, right? And Apple Music.
Yes,
and all that stuff.
my artist name is my name. And stay tuned because stuff is coming and I'm always getting better. So
yes, I look forward to seeing what you do. I'm very excited. And you need to come back and play Athens when it is time.
I would love to.
Yes, and keep killing it up there in New York, doing your thing, and just let it happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys all for listening in. Today's episode was sponsored by Peach State Pilot, good friend of mine. Everybody check them out. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking some time out of your day.
Totally.
We will see you guys next time. Bye. And I'm just trying to make this love.